Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is my first video that I've recorded since the start of the new year. And I wanted to start sharing a few thoughts that I had about some things that I've been thinking a lot more intently about the last few months, and that is personal finance. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This is a channel for grad student advice and material science, so why am I talking about personal finance? And more importantly, how is a grad student like myself have the financial means in order to start investing in the stock market and other types of brokerages? Well, the truth is, I wanted to start thinking about my financial future because I'm still in grad school and because right now I'm in a lower tax bracket. So it's important to potentially set yourself up for when you finally graduate, you get your degree, and then you can go and make very smart financial decisions later in the future. Now, of course, I'm actually still learning about this stuff myself, and about a year ago is when I started investing in an app called Robinhood. So that's probably something that you guys have probably already heard of. Many millions of people have downloaded it onto their phones and started investing, and it was a great way to get people of younger generation a little bit more knowledgeable into the stock market and also giving them a gateway to start investing themselves and learning about all these different practices. So in today's video, I want to spend some time talking a little bit about my personal journey into Robinhood, what some of my financial plans are, with this app, and also a few tips as to what you guys could look for in order to get started investing in your own stock portfolios. Now, I am not sponsored by Robinhood by any means, so this isn't necessarily a promotion for them, but I simply wanted to bring this up because it is an app that I use, and there are plenty other apps such as Webull or M1 Finance that you guys can check out in order to also get started in stock trading. And personal finance is a pretty diverse topic, and it's not something that I'm necessarily an expert on. So if you want to learn more about personal finance topics, stocks and investing and real estate and things like that, definitely check out two YouTubers that I've currently been following, Andrei Jikh and Bruce Wang, both of which the channel URLs I'll link in the description below. So those guys are pretty chill. They produce a lot of great content, so definitely go check them out and hopefully get kickstarted on your finance journey. But first, I wanted to talk about Robinhood. So Robinhood is a free to download app. It's really easy to navigate, and you simply open the app and deposit some money into your account, and then you can start trading. Now, buying and selling a stock does not require a commission like many other brokers, and typically that commission is relatively low cost, like $4 or $5, but in Robinhood you can buy and sell different stocks completely for free. And you have ways to track different companies, and you can visualize all of your progress throughout different time periods within the week, the month, the year, etc. So simply put, it is a very easy way for you to navigate this chaotic stock market and figure out what types of companies that you like to invest in, and also what kind of growth potential that you guys might have within the next 5 years. Now, if you guys have been paying attention to the news, you guys have probably noticed that the stock market value has dropped quite significantly to the point where it was close to where it was around 2008 when the recession started happening. And this was could be due to a number of factors, but primarily some recent health scare that has been going on lately. And this has been getting investors really fearful of the situation, and honestly, we don't know exactly how long it's going to affect the stock market, but it is something that hopefully you guys will pay attention to if you guys are getting started on stock market investing. Now, I started my Robinhood account about a year ago, and simply put, I wanted to learn a little bit more about the stock market, and I visited sites like NerdWallet, Investopedia to figure out different types of finance terms and what exactly I needed to do to invest. So I deposited my first $100 about a year ago, and then bought a few shares of different companies that I was familiar with, like AMD, Snapchat, Starbucks, things like that. And I started figuring out what types of stocks I wanted to own, what kind of portfolio I want to build, and eventually what kind of account this is going to be. And the account that this is going to be is a dividend investing account. So a dividend is simply an amount of money that a company pays the shareholder of a stock for simply holding the stock. In other words, you get to make free money, and who doesn't love that? Now, the value of the dividend really depends on what the payout ratio of the company is going to be like and what the dividend yield is going to be like. And these are terms that you can simply look up on different financial websites because you'll come across them a lot. And typically, people will use these values to screen whether or not a company is going to do well for paying dividends, whether it's going to be monthly or whether it's going to be quarterly. Now, the reason I chose to do dividends is because I don't want this to be a very aggressive account. I don't want to um, put all my money into stocks that have a very high potential of growing over time, but simply I want to be very passive about this and invest in companies that I know have a strong dividend yield, that have a very good history of paying dividends over time, and eventually keep adding money and buying stocks that pay out dividends, and eventually being able to make passive income in that manner. And passive income is a very common term that people have been throwing around. So in my case, I simply want to just make some extra money into the account and then deposit it back into the account, reinvest it, and then just simply keep growing the account for as long as I see fit. And for now, Robinhood to me is simply an exercise tool, training tool for learning about the stock market and figuring out what things I need to do in order to grow the account and also to earn more dividend money. And in order to really show you what that's like, I'm going to show you what my Robinhood portfolio looks like and be a little bit more transparent about it. Now, be warned, it is a very modest account because, of course, I am a grad student and can't really contribute too much of my income towards it, but I'll show you at least what I have right now and what kind of investment choices that I've made. So I've opened my Robinhood account, and right now I've currently invested about $3,000 into my account. And as you can see, the giant dip towards the end, in the current period, that I've actually lost a little bit of money so far. Right now I'm down only about 1% for the past year. And before that, I was actually uh, up about 10%, so about $300 from when I initially invested. And during the past day or so, I've basically gone down about $40, and over the past week, about 264, about 8%, and it'll likely continue to go down. So right now, this portfolio is more of a test vehicle for me to sort of learn about this environment. And I want to show you so that you guys can see how you can navigate through this app. Now, um, you can see that these are the different types of companies that you can own, and you can simply search down here in the search bar below to find the companies that you're interested in and look at their different statistics. So I own pieces right now of Intel, of Apple, of AT&T, and of Verizon, British Petroleum, and also 3M. And each of these stocks are dividend-paying stocks, which means that each month or every quarter, they will pay out a specific amount of money based on the number of shares I own for the company. So just to give you an example, let's look at Apple. So Apple right now, the stock price is about $275 at the time of this recording. And right now, I only own one share of Apple because Apple's really freaking expensive for me right now. Um, but you can see what values Apple had reached throughout the past 52 weeks. So what the highest dollar amount the stock had reached, what the lowest amount was, what the uh, payout ratio is, and also what the dividend yield is. So you can use some of these statistics that you see here in order to determine whether or not the stock is the right fit for you. Now, for Robinhood, you can refer some of your friends in order to get a free stock of yourself. And this stock can be valued between just a few dollars to a few $100s. So definitely refer someone if you have a code. And if you want to get started with Robinhood, I will link my code down below. So you can just click through the link, the referral code, and then sign up, and both you and I will get a free stock, and we'll each be happy about that. So definitely try to use that link if you're interested in starting your own account, and definitely start thinking a little bit more about your financial future, because lately I've been thinking about different income streams, passive income. I have different accounts set up in order to save money and also to grow my money. And those will be topics I'll be covering in potentially different videos since they'll be quite lengthy. But I wanted to first kind of give a taste of what this environment was like, and then hopefully encourage some of you who are still in school to start thinking about your finances, and hopefully start investing so that you don't kick yourself in the butt like 5 years down the road and wish you would have invested that $500 you had instead of spending it on a PS4, like I did about 2 years ago. And I don't even play my PS4 anymore. So hopefully this was useful for you. Again, remember to comment, like, subscribe for the channel and for additional content. And if you guys would ever be so kind, please hit the link for starting up your own Robinhood account and help not only myself, but also you get started on your investment journey. And again, thanks for watching. Please leave suggestions for future videos, and as always, keep calm and Exciton.